Hello and welcome back to another short 10-minute home-based practice. Hopefully this will be something accessible that you can do at home. Today we're going to really focus on lengthening the sides of our body, the lateral edges. You should feel this opening from the hip to the waist to the rib cage, maybe even up into the shoulders a bit. But it's all going to be done really close to the ground, mostly on hands and knees. So the most valuable prop that could be useful today would be a blanket or a towel, something to pad your knees. You may be at home on some plush carpeting, so maybe the padding is not necessary, but it's always kind of nice to have it nearby just in case you find out you want it. So gather up a towel or a blanket or some kind of cushioning if you want, and we're going to start in child's pose. So go ahead and come over to hands and knees. You can use a blanket here or not, it's up to you. But go ahead and move your hips back towards your feet. Soften your heart over your knees and drape your forehead onto the ground. Now if your head doesn't reach the ground, that's totally fine. You can always stack your hands underneath your head so you don't have to bow down so low. Take 3 long, slow, and deliberate breaths here. Not rushing through the inhale or the exhale, taking time, moving intentionally through both. Finish up your last breath, in and out. Then when you're ready, you can lift your head, shoulders and hips, and rise up into a tabletop shape with the wrists under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. And this is the point where you may decide you want some padding. I'm going to unfold my blanket so it's a more comfortable thickness for me as I kneel here. So once you come back into that nice structural support, you're going to take a breath in, looking down between your thumbs. And as you exhale, turn your gaze to the right and draw your right shoulder and hip towards one another so you really feel some warmth in that right waistline. And then inhale, release and look back between your thumbs. Twice more. Exhale, look over towards the right and gently draw in your right side body and look back to center. And last time, look over to the left, draw the hip and shoulder towards one another, and release back to center. Now once you get to center, you're going to go ahead and bring your right foot forward between your hands. You can rise up on your fingertips or even come up on your knees and just step that right foot forward. So you're going to leave the hands here for a moment. Turn the back toes under. Let's take the pressure off that back knee. So lift the back of your knee up towards the ceiling, lift the crease high, and keep the left hand down on the ground. If you want, you can make a fist. Sweep the right arm up and turn your shoulders so they're sideways. Now, if this is really challenging in the shoulder or very uncomfortable in the shoulder, then bring that right hand to the thigh and just kind of press down into that upper leg. You'll still rotate the spine and make length in the left lower edge of your body here, which is the whole point. Last breath. You should feel that same warmth and compression up here in the right waistline that we did on all fours. And then exhale, turn your gaze down, drop the knee back to where it started. You can keep the toes tucked or flatten the foot. Either way, both hands are going to climb up onto the thigh. Now I'm going to turn to face you because I think it gives a better visual. You're going to have your legs nice and parallel with your sit bones. The right hand will stay on the thigh, but you'll drop the left arm loosely to the outside of your hip. Turn the palm open away from you, and then raise the arm up towards your cheek. Lift your belly up towards your chin, and then lean your shoulders right. So you feel some opening all down that left waistline. I feel it like from my wrist all the way down to my outer knee. Make sure you don't collapse your hips that direction too, so keep the hips hugging in. Maybe 2 breaths here. Give it some time to loosen up. This area of the body is often sticky. And rise up. Release the hand down. I'm going to turn to face forward. We're going to bring the hands down and then come back onto all fours. Go ahead and flatten back onto your palms. And just like we did before, take a breath in. And as you exhale, this time look to the left. Draw your left hip and left shoulder towards one another. And then inhale, look back between your hands. Exhale, look left, left shoulder, left hip, draw inwards. And then inhale, recenter. Last time, exhale, compressing through the left waistline. And inhale, look forward. So this time we're going to step the left foot forward. So you can pick up your fingers, rise up to hands and knees, whatever you need to do to get that left foot forward. Keep your hands framing your foot for just a second, and you want to turn those back toes under. Lift the knee up so the leg is long, press the heel gently back. Rest on your right palm, or maybe make a fist, and either sweep your left arm up so you can turn your shoulder sideways. Don't compromise the integrity of your shoulder there. If there's any doubt, just put your left palm on your left thigh and give it a little press to really rotate through your spine. Again, this is about rotating and lengthening the lower line of your body. It'll be the right side this time. Last breath. And then go ahead and bring that top hand down to the ground. And we're going to lower the knee. Toes tucked or flat. Both hands will come up to your knee this time. Again, I'm going to show you from the front. So the left hand can stay on the leg. The right arm this time will be loose. Palm open, palm up. Keep the belly lifting so you have some support through your core, and then lean the shoulders over towards the left. Again, that's compressing that left waistline like we've been working on. When you compress one side, you lengthen the other. Instead of keeping the sides kind of upward and equal, we're allowing one to contract and the other to expand. Lift up, lower the hand down. I'm going to turn to face the front again, and we're going to come back to all fours. Or you'd like to get back to hands and knees. Now once you're back on hands and knees, let's take this right leg and stretch it out behind you with the toes under. Keep the belly lifting up. You don't want to sag down and drape like a hammock. You want some neutrality here. You're going to lift up this right foot, cross it over your left foot, and step it down to the outer edge of your mat over towards the left. So you should feel this length all down the right side from shoulder to heel. All right, just like we did in the beginning, take a breath in. And as you exhale, turn your gaze towards the left, looking back towards that right foot. And inhale, look back between your thumbs. Exhale, look left. And inhale, look center. Last time, exhale left. Inhale, center. And then uncross the legs, come back to hands and knees. Left side. Left leg long, pick the belly up, lift the leg up, drift it to the right, step down to the right long edge of your mat. Take a breath in. Exhale, turn your gaze towards the right, look back towards that heel. Inhale, center. Twice more, exhale, turn your awareness back towards your long leg. Inhale to neutralize, and last time, exhale to the right. Inhale to the middle. Uncross your legs, bring it back to hands and knees. Now from here, go ahead and sweep your right arm wide and up. Exhale, lower that arm down. And once your hand gets towards the ground, flip the palm towards the ceiling so you're laying on the back of your hand. Reach that right hand in between your left knee and wrist. Turn towards your right shoulder and right cheek and lay down here with your gaze over towards the left. Now I'll show you from the front. The shoulders are kind of sideways, but the hips are still neutral. Getting a little bit of a twist in here. And maybe you slide this left hand out, straight out from your shoulder, so you get a nice bit of length with your rotation. Again, I'll show you from the side. Right shoulder and right cheek down. Left arm, if you're comfortable, can reach out from your hip. Slide that left hand back in front of your nose. Press the left hand into the earth. Lift up from your shoulder, sweep the right arm up and bring it back down. We're going to do the same thing over on the left, so go ahead and resettle yourself. Sweep the left arm wide and up. Exhale, wide and down. Once the fingertips get to the ground, rest on the back of your hand with the fingers pointing over towards the right. Slide the fingers in between your right wrist, reaching over to the side and your knee, and then bend the right elbow to land on your cheek. Maybe to expand the right side body a little bit, open it up. You can slide the palm out over the crown of your head. Know that you don't have to, this is an optional add-on. One more breath. And then bring this right palm back in front of your gaze. Press it down so you lift up off your shoulders. Slide the left arm back, rotate it out and up, and then come back onto hands and knees. Back into child's pose to close the practice. Hips towards the heels, heart towards the knees, head towards the mat. Soften here. Your arms can be out. Your hands can be under your head with the elbows winging wide. Or if it feels better to you, you can always reach your hands back and turn them palm up on either side of your feet. Just space for 3 breaths. Long, slow, intentional breaths, just like we did in the beginning. Final time. Now as you're ready, you can always begin to lift up. You can transition to your back if you want to lay down for Shavasana or rock onto your hips if you'd like a moment or two of quiet meditation before heading back out into your day. Either way, I hope you feel a lot more open and stretched and released and awakened along the edges of your body, the waistline areas, able to expand deeply with a full and complete breath in, able to fully release it out, and able to enjoy whatever the day has to offer you next. Hope to see you again soon.